Welcome to the Raynin Threes podcast with Alan Ray and Mike O'Connell. Hello and welcome to the 24th installment of Raynin Threes. I'm your host, Mike O'Connell, here with Nova Hoops legend Alan Ray. Hey, Ray and I have a special guest for you guys tonight who needs no introduction. The former Villanova forward, 2016 national champion, South Regional most outstanding player, and the man with the greatest shot in the history of college basketball. That is Kris Jenkins. Big Smoove. What's going on tonight, man? Really appreciate you joining the show.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. That was a nice intro, man, to follow up my man, A-Ray 2K. The GOAT right there. One of the GOATs right there. No, my dog. I appreciate that.
It's all the truth, though. You know what I'm saying? So we just gotta read down the accolades. Definitely was the greatest shot in basketball history. Like nobody could argue with me with that. If not basketball, then it's definitely college basketball history for sure. Like
I appreciate that.
It's definitely up there. But let's get right into it, man. From the DMV area, we had Phil Booth on here, who's also from that area. Let's just talk a little bit about your recruitment. What led you? What teams was recruiting you? What school you went to, and how did Villanova come about, and like what went into making that decision?
Nah, that's lit. I appreciate that question for sure. I moved to Maryland when I was like 10 or 11. I think I spent my 11th birthday in Maryland, Largo, Maryland. So I grew up there. Funny story, I grew up right around the corner from Mo Sutton, another Villanova legend right there.
Oh, damn.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I remember Mo.
Like Mo's house is like on the corner of one of the neighborhoods. Like we used to drive to the gym or walk or run the neighborhood, and we used to see Mo cutting the grass sometimes. Like that's just crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like how crazy life is sometimes.
You lived in one of those row houses that's out there?
No. He had we lived in a neighborhood called Maynard Knowles, which was like legitimate homes and houses, like not townhouses or anything. And he lived on another street, like Kettering Drive, which is also like homes and stuff like that too. So like it was just cool to see, like, you know what I mean, this 6'11" dude just out there cutting grass like we had to. Like, bruh, I'm pretty sure he drove past us like, bruh, look at these dudes out here cutting the grass. Like,
for real.
Just wild. And then I went to Gonzaga College High School in Washington, D.C., right on I Street, Purple Eagles. You know what I mean? I went there all 4 years. We played a lot of New York schools when I was growing up. We played Rice, St. Ray's, because they had my man Daniel Dingle. We grew up playing against each other a lot as kids.
St. Ray's in the building.
Yeah. So that was definitely lit. So Villanova, it's funny, the Villanova recruitment. So, I lived with Nate Britt, like when I moved to Maryland, I mean, his family and my family kind of came to a mutual agreement. And I moved up there. Like I said, I spent my 11th birthday up there. And so when I moved in with Nate, I mean, we pretty much did everything together, grew up together, got spankers together, went to the same schools. You know how it go, like literally everything together. So he was getting recruited by Villanova at the time, and at the time I wasn't. But it never really dawned on me because I was getting recruited. So it wasn't like a jealousy thing. Like he was always happy for all the things that I accomplished, especially because he knew kind of my story and where I came from.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm going to be extremely happy for anything that comes his way because I feel like, him and his family, they took me in and gave me a fair shot. So I'm like, yeah, we going to win together. I feel like it can happen. It's enough for both of us to eat. So, we kind of just pushed each other. So at the time, he was being recruited by Villanova. And like I said, Nova kind of wasn't even on my radar because at the time, I'm like, this is a guard school anyway.
Yeah, I can imagine how you feel like that. Like I feel that way for anybody that's over 6'4" that comes to school here. It's like, all right, like this is a guard school. You gotta be careful. Yeah.
And it was just amazing growing up because, like you said, watching guys like yourself, Randy Foy, Kyle Lowry, Mike Nardi, like that, Kurt Sumter, like that whole crew, like watching y'all growing up, it's just like, dog, like this is really what big time hoops is all about. You know what I mean? Just getting better and competing. Just me versus you, my squad versus your squad. And to watch y'all in that old Big East, you know what I mean? It gave us a dream that like, yo, we could play at this level too if we put the work in. Just watching y'all growing up. And a side note, I used to be in class sometimes, like when class used to be chill. I used to be watching that North Carolina game that Villanova that they called it crazy travel. Like I used to send Nardi. I used to be sitting in class, right? I used to record it with my phone. I used to watch it on the iPad. I used to record it on my phone. And I used to send some of it to Nardi while I'm in class watching it. Like, bro, this is ridiculous.
It definitely was. You see my face, bro. Like you seen the face. I mean, I was shocked.
No,
like, I was shocked.
To that day, I couldn't believe that. You could tell some refs that never played basketball for real, and that was a moment that was just like, all right, bro, that probably wasn't your best moment at all, because that is crazy.
Yeah, because I definitely was gonna hit them free throws. He was gonna be out. It was going down,
on, man.
Carolina, they won the whole thing that year too in 05. They won the championship.
They did.
That's what I'm saying.
And Kris, we had Bill Raftery on the show a few months ago, and A-Ray and him hashed it out a little bit. But back then, Raf was getting a lot of hate from the Nova faithful, and rightfully so, because he was like, "Oh yeah, I agree." But A-Ray and him are cool now, so at least we have that.
Yeah, you know what? At least
guess so.
Yeah, maybe. Matter of fact, the next time I see him, I gotta holler at him about that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean, because that's a crazy statement. Yeah,
he came.
Wow.
He came to the Hoops Mania the next year with a referee shirt on, with some sunglasses and like a blind stick. He did. I forgot about that, but he definitely did. He was at Hoops Mania.
Yeah.
With that on. So he know deep down inside what he was doing on TV, counting 1, 2, 3. He know what he was doing.
Yeah, that you can't even try to make that up. Like he was really, really trying to pull something out of thin air. Like that just wasn't there. It was crazy. That's wild.
I ain't mad though. I ain't tripping.
Yeah, we ran it back. You know how it go.
Exactly right. Well, Kris, so you mentioned Nate was getting recruited to Villanova before you, or what schools out? Like, what other schools were looking at you? And was it like a hard decision for you to pick Villanova at the end, or was it like, all right, this is where I want to be?
Yeah. So I had schools like Xavier. I had Pitt. I had Miami. I didn't really have no West Coast schools, which I thought was kind of weird, because I felt like some West Coast basketball, I felt like I could have fit in with how I played at that time.
Right.
But so I thought that was kind of shocking. But I mean, I had some good ACC schools, but when it came down to I also had Louisville and Ohio State, but I didn't really want to go there. I felt like that was too far, and I wanted to go to a basketball school, and I felt like Ohio State's a football school, so that kind of canceled that out. You know what I mean? And Louisville is like, do I really want to go to college in Kentucky? Like, do I really want to waste their, you know what I mean? Like, do I want to waste their time and my time? Like, bro, that's far. I ain't not really on that. So I kind of got up out of that. And I felt like they tried to recruit me late. And I'm like, yeah, nah, I already know what this is. I'm cool off y'all.
Yeah.
So when it came to Nova, it was just like, you know what I mean? It's a great place. It's a great school. It's in the Big East. It's not too far from home, but my people's got to drive to get to me. You know what I mean? Type of deal. And I really love my teammates. Like I was fortunate to go to school with some dudes that was really like that for real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I really love my teammates. And just the people at Villanova, like I said, it was such a good community. It kind of reminded me of Gonzaga.
Okay.
I was like, you know what? I might as well. So when I made my decision, it was kind of pretty easy. Like I didn't take no official visits, because I kind of already knew, like, man, I ain't about to waste nobody's time. It's just like, I don't really want to take none of these flights anyway. So
same with me. I only took one visit, and that was to Villanova. That was it.
Yeah, like it was pretty simple. And then once I knew that I was gonna go there, my next business of order was to recruit Josh because I knew that we kind of had some of the same schools.
Yeah.
We both had Rutgers too. And like we had a lot of the same schools. So going to school together was kind of something that we always thought about. Like we met each other our sophomore year of high school at a camp in St. Louis. That's kind of like when we really, really got to know each other at a camp like that. And then we kind of was cool ever since after that, just AAU scene and seeing each other in passing. And he also went to school at Sidwell with one of our teammates that played DC Assault, Jamal Lewis, who went to UPenn.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I mean? My next order of business was to recruit Josh because I'm like, look, we could just go up here and make it happen for real, for real. Like we got same schools. He like us. You took your visit, so you kind of already know where you want to go. Like,
Yeah.
come on, bro. Like we the best two players in the area. We 1 and 2, however you want to look at it. So like, what we doing? Let's just go here. And
the recruiter.
It was cool. It made sense. You know what I mean? Like I remember seeing him and his now wife Shannon. I remember driving to a little crib to see them off at prom. You know what I mean? Like we go back that far.
You know how hard it is to recruit people to the school that you want to go to, and especially if they're in the same position as you. Like that's Coach Wright, the same thing. Like, you know, we gotta recruit Randy. You know, Randy, what you mean? Like we play the same position. What you talking about?
You got me.
What you talking about? Recruit Randy?
Right.
I thought you wanted Jason Frazier and Curtis Sumter. Yeah. Let's talk to Randy. Like, Coach, I came here because I wanted to be the only guard.
Right. No, I could feel that. But it just made sense, bro. Like we was cool. And you know what I mean? Like I said, we was the best players in the area at the time. Like I said, however you wanted to slice it, 1 and 2. Like he was 1, I was 2, I was 1, he was 2. However you wanted to look at it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it just made sense. And I want to win. You know what I mean? That was always just something I was big on. Like I felt like I could always hold my own against anybody. Like, you know, like we're gonna have practice, we're gonna have these ones, we're gonna have opportunities for each other to show like what it is.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean,
like that.
You and Josh obviously did a lot of winning at Villanova, like especially junior year, no doubt. But in your freshman and sophomore year, you guys were 29-5 and a 2 seed, and then your sophomore year, you guys were 33-3 and a 1 seed, and you guys were winning Big East regular season titles, you know, conference tournament titles. But you guys obviously didn't get past the first weekend both those years, and you guys had some of the best teams that I remembered as a fan growing up. I was like, these guys are the best teams I ever witnessed. You know, and that's close to you know, A-Ray's team that went to the Elite Eight. You're thinking, all right, these guys have that potential to go to the Elite Eight, go to the Final Four, and you know, it was a lot of noise around the national media talking about how Jay Wright and you guys wouldn't be able to get past that first weekend. So just what was the experience like though, being at Villanova in those first 2 years? Because you guys were doing a lot of good things, but just couldn't get past that first and second round, the first opening weekend of March Madness.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, those first 2 years, like you said, we was doing good. You know what I mean? We our freshman year popped on the scene, man. Nobody really thought we was gonna be good that year. So we went to the Battle of Atlantis, which seemed to be the Villanova Invitational for some reason. Like, we seemed to go there and go crazy. Like every time we go there, we win that. But the first time we ever went was 2013, 2014 season. And like I said, we just popped on the scene, man. Nobody outside of us knew that we were gonna be good. And that was another reason why, you know what I mean, Josh and I, we picked Villanova too, because we like, bro, we know some of the dudes that's going there. Like I played against Arch growing up before he had back surgery his senior year of high school. People don't even really know that. Like, man, bro. Imagine Arch, how he played, like more quick, like more athletic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How tall is Arch? 6'4", 6'5"?
Yeah, he like 6'4", 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, he said 6'3", yeah.
My bad.
He definitely 6'4". Like he on that end for sure. Like he a taller point guard for sure. But imagine him like just more quick and fast and shifty. Like You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you have back surgery, that's gonna take some stuff away. Like
Right.
so, you know what I mean? It was just crazy. So that year we just popped on the scene. We won that tournament. And then, we beat Kansas, and Kansas had a lot of guys on that squad. They had Embiid, they had a bunch of dudes. Wayne Selden, Frank Mason,
That's right.
Barry Ellis, Nadir Tharp. Like they had some guys. And Arch hit a game winner against them. Like we popped on the scene like we here. And we won it. And then after that, we kind of never looked back. The program never looked back. But like you said, those first 2 years, we kind of struggled in the tournament just because, sometimes you just have a bad game and somebody else play better than you. Like that's what make the tournament the tournament. So, like you said, that first year we won 29 games. We lost in Buffalo to UConn, who won a national championship with
Yeah,
Shabazz and them.
exactly.
You know what I mean? They won the whole thing. And then my sophomore year, that was probably one of the best teams I had ever been on in my life. Like that team was just as good as any team that I was ever on at Villanova. Like we lost 2 games going into the tournament. Like it was unreal. That season was unreal. Like, because our second 5 was just as good as the starters, and that's what made our team so good.
Yeah. Did you think like did you learn anything from those 2 seasons? Like losing so early in the tournament, or was there anything like that you remember as a player or as a team that kind of stuck with you and motivated you and was like, nah, like next year we got to get this done, or something like that? Like, do you remember anything like that during those first 2 years?
Yeah, for sure. So I remember. So like I said, my sophomore year, like I said, that team was just as good as any team I ever played on in my life. Like
Yeah.
our starters, we had Arch, Daniel, JP, Darren, and Dylan Ennis.
Mm-hmm.
But then our second 5 was ridiculous. We had Mikhail, Phil, me, Josh, and Daryl. That was our second 5. So there'd be times in practice where the second 5 we cooking the starters. Like like it'd be crazy.
What
So,
Coach Wright was saying when that was happening? Because
I
he
mean,
ain't like when we used to lose as starters. He ain't like that.
yeah, I mean, of course he didn't really like it, but like what he really gonna say?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's understandable if dude's not supposed to beat you. But like, how you gonna tell us we not supposed to be done? We just as good. We better than these dudes. Like, what you talking about?
That's a good point.
Like, that's
That's a
how
good
we used to
point.
carry it. But that's why our team was so good. And when we lost, it just showed me that like you just gotta find a way. Like, it don't matter how good the team is, how well everybody playing. All these games in the tournament, when you start playing these good teams, these older teams, it's gonna come down to moments.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to make the moment happen for your squad. If not, you going like that's just how the tournament goes. Whoever take the momentum is probably going to win
Yeah.
as much as they can, or the whole thing. Like
Yeah.
whoever starts dominating and just crush it and take over, like win all the moments. Like nah, we setting the tone with the loose balls. Like nah, no free layups. We setting the tone with the fouls. Like we being smart though. We not fouling out. We not getting in foul trouble. Like it's just like it makes you be more on point, and that's what it showed me. Because like as on point as we were that my sophomore year, I felt like my junior year, like yeah, we struggled a little bit at first because we had some new guys and new roles. We had Jalen starting; he was a freshman his first year, and then myself and Josh, it was our first year starting in the program. So that's a big jump at Villanova when you come from 2 years coming off the bench. Your freshman year not really playing. Your sophomore year you contributing, but not how you want. But now you're a starter in the program, and it's you and your guy. It's y'all first time. Like that's how we looked at it. Like, bruh, we never been in no position like this before. So like this new to us. We just about to go crazy.
Yeah.
Like what we got to lose. Like they gonna underestimate us. They gonna look at us and think we small, which is what we want, because I got a better chance guarding you than you do with me. You got no chance,
Mm-hmm.
like at all. And that's how we carried it. Like, so that we turned our swag up crazy. Like I said, we struggled at first. We lost some early games. Like Oklahoma smacked us, and we lost to Virginia. Like we lost some games, but any team that we ever played again that beat us, we beat everything. It wasn't close. Like it
Doggy
was crazy.
stomped.
Like we
Yeah,
just
no,
made
you
sure.
guys in 2016. I remember you had that Oklahoma loss and that Virginia loss, and UVA was a great team that year too. But back to now using the freshman sophomore year experience. You mentioned some of the guys that you play with, like Javon Pinkston, Dylan
Right.
Ennis, Aaron Hilliard, James Bell. Like
That,
how much were those guys like impacting what you're like, all right, I'm gonna stay in the gym an extra 30 minutes. I'm gonna get up a little earlier, get more shots up, because you guys must have been so motivated to come back and avenge those guys for losing twice early in the tournament after having, such incredible years. But in 2016, did you guys really think about Javon and Darren and James and Dylan, those guys, just as an extra motivation in 2016?
yeah, nah, for sure. Because we always wanted to make sure that we held up our end of the bargain when it came to the program. You know what I mean? Like we was very, very prideful about that. Like, you know what I mean? Like this Villanova basketball has a standard. Like Villanova's used to winning and winning a lot. So why would it be our turn and we don't? Like that
Yeah.
sounds crazy. So we just gotta turn it up even more. So I learned that from them dudes, like, bro, you gotta stay in the gym, you gotta work on your game, you gotta work on your body, you gotta be healthy enough to play. You gotta be durable. You can't be missing games. And if you want to be 1,000-point scorer in college, Javon told me this. He said, make your free throws.
Mm.
Okay,
So,
JP. That's a big fact
so
though. Finish your
that's a big
breakfast.
fact. Big fact. So another big moment was my freshman year. We used to play Creighton, and we could never beat them that year. So we played them at Creighton one year. I mean, my freshman year, we played them at Creighton. And James Bell and Doug McDermott had played together on like under whatever USA team, so they
Yeah.
knew
Right.
each other. They had a relationship, and I'm pretty sure if Doug McDermott didn't win Player of the Year, Taj would have won it because he was playing that great his senior year, first team all Big East, all of that. Like he was incredible. So we playing Creighton at Creighton, and this is when I knew I really, really had to go to the gym because it's loud in there, but for some reason, I can still hear Doug McDermott's voice. Like I
Yeah.
can hear him. Other than that, I can't really hear nothing. Mind you, I'm still a freshman, so I'm kind of like a deer in headlights, but I'm just out there like, bro, I'm just about to go, just whatever. It's okay. He got me out here. I'm about to make something happen. But we're on defense, and Taj is guarding Doug McDermott, and I can hear Doug like talking to Taj and calling his shots out like, oh, that's good. Like, oh, this is cash. Oh, off the glass. And I was just like, yeah, nah, I really got to go to the gym because this is crazy. Like, I had never seen nothing like that, especially like at that level. I'm
Yeah.
just like, bro, this dude is a machine. Like, he really calling out his baskets. Like, this is good. I'm not about to touch no rim. Like, oh, nah. Yeah. So
Some
that was a
shit you
big
do when you
moment.
play horse.
Right. You feel me? Like you just joking around, but like, no, he really this is in his game. Like, and as he's really carving us up. So that was a moment where I was like, you know what? You gotta stay in the gym and you gotta be in shape. Because one thing about him, he never stopped moving.
Yeah, definitely
Like
did. He like
I
Kyle
remember
Korver a
that
little
for
bit.
sure.
Yeah, another Creighton guy. Oh, Ochefu said the same thing though about James Bell, how he should have won Player of the Year, not and well, if it wasn't for McBuckets, who was obviously on
Yeah.
another planet compared to everybody else, but James Bell was most definitely the second best player. And that Creighton team was special though. Like they I know Ochefu said Chef was like, we had him on the show last week, and he was like, yeah, man, I don't know. I'm glad we lost to Seton Hall in the Big East tournament because we didn't want to mess with Creighton for a third time, or unless they would have gotten us again. They were
Man,
dialed in,
listen,
man.
Cream Blue Jays.
man, I'm telling you, yo, that them first two games was humbling. I never been beat like that before in my life.
That's how St. Joe's treated us. My first two
Oh my
years.
goodness.
My first 2 years. My first 2 years, I would say St. Joe's was like our biggest rival. Or at least for me, I
Mm-hmm.
used to look forward to playing against them. And then like my junior senior year was UConn. So what
Okay.
about you? Who was your biggest Big East rival? Like you used to hate but love playing against them.
I ain't gonna lie to you. So for sure, it got to be Georgetown one, right? Like
For
that's at the
real?
crib.
Yeah.
That's at the crib. And, they ain't even really recruit me like that. Like I'm the best player in the area. I got player of the year. I got all them awards. And like Georgetown and Maryland ain't even really recruit me. So it was always smoke whenever I seen them or knew that it was a chance to see them. Like I think, I think our squad, we might have lost to Georgetown once in our 4 years. Like it was really
Mhm.
smoke, and it was
Yeah.
early. Like it wasn't when we became them dudes. Like it was early, like freshman, sophomore year. I think they got us like once my sophomore year,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
after
Sophomore
that,
year. Yeah.
man, it was over. It was over. It wasn't close. Like we'd be looking like, okay, yeah, you know what time it is. We're going back to the crib. We got these dudes.
Yeah, I was the same
Yeah.
way. St. John Seton Hall, forget about it. I'm getting 20.
Man,
And
like come on.
I don't even hate y'all. I'm just getting 20 just because. Just because y'all close as hell to where I grew up at and I didn't want to go to school there. I'm killing y'all.
Like making beef up just to go crazy.
Yeah.
So definitely Georgetown, man. It was always smoke for them. I ain't even gonna lie. We scrimmaged Maryland one time in a closed scrimmage. So I was going bananas on them just because it was smoke. Like, ain't y'all coming up here? Like, but, oh yeah, take this back. This a long ride back to the crib. Hold this L. But if I had to say, well, more definitely Kansas, I feel like, because
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt like they was one of the schools that was always in the media on TV, and we just like I just used to think to myself like they just not that
Yeah.
like they have good players like everybody else, but like they got to see us. Like
Yeah.
that's just what it is. So I always thought Kansas. So every time we seen them, like I'm like, yeah, it's go time. Like this one of America's darlings. Like we about to crush these dudes
I felt
for
the
sure.
same way. I feel like Nova played Kansas a lot though. We run into Kansas a lot. But I
Sure.
remember that game we had when we killed Kansas that first year. What was it, my sophomore year or junior year? I can't remember. It's so long ago. But that game, but I remember before coming to the game like, oh yeah, Kansas coming. Like, nah, they about to come in here. Everybody always talking about Kansas. Nah, we about to get them. Then they came on the court with them Jordan 12s, with the Kansas colors. Nah, that pissed me off. That pissed all of us off.
Ooh.
Those Jordans was tough. They all had them as a team. It was over after that. Like that shit pissed us off so much. Seriously, like some sneakers. Like that's what got us going that game, and that's why we play so good. Some sneakers. That's
Man, I
crazy.
can believe it. I can believe it, dog. Because like at that level, like when you playing against dudes like that, you playing against schools like that, you looking for anything somebody say, like, ooh, did I
Yeah,
grow up playing against this dude? Like, nah, like, cause that's what I always knew about playing Kansas. Like people don't know this, but Perry Ellis and I used to play against each other all the time.
where he from?
He's from Kansas City. He used to play with KC, Pump and Run, and I was DC Assault.
Perry
Okay.
Ellis look like he about 40. But go ahead.
Bro. Nah, he always, but he been good though. Like I ain't gonna sit here and cap. Like he been like a solid good player since we was kids. Like that's a fact. So, but I always knew. I'm like, bro, I've been playing against this dude since I was like 11. I'm about to like, do y'all have no clue? Like y'all have no clue. And when we played them in the tournament, bro had like 2 points, 4 points.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
And
right.
that's
That's
what I'm
right.
saying. I'm like, bro, because Mikhail came up to me one day because he knew that Perry, like before that game, he knew Perry Ellis was going to be my matchup.
Yeah.
And he, like, we spoke to on the side, and he was like, yo, like, this is kind of like what like what Villanova is about. Like, you about to guard the best and play against the best player on the other team. And
Hmm.
like, while he telling me this, I'm listening, but I'm really looking at him like, bro, you don't even know what I'm about to do to this dude, right? Like, I've been playing against this dude since we was 11. He's never played good against me, ever. Like that, like we kids. Like, if I'm checking him, he's never done none of this that he do against all these other dudes cooking. He All-American. Like, bro, no. He playing me, bro.
Confidence level was on 1,000.
So the game start, I can see it in his eyes. I feel like a few couple times I first touched the ball, one of the times I see him checking me, I just drive right at him, layup. Like, okay, I've been telling y'all this about him in this matchup. But
Yeah.
so
You
definitely,
guys shut him down. You guys shut him down. Those are some great answers, Chris. We appreciate both the Big East rival and then the out of conference rival. Because Villanova and Kansas have a great rivalry, man. It's a beautiful thing. And yeah, A-Ray, you played him twice. Chris, you played him twice. Like, what are the odds, man? That's crazy. And another game that I thought like you guys that got you guys to the Sweet 16 in 2016 was that Iowa game. I remember I went. It was at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, and you guys dismantled this team. And Iowa was a great team that year. I know they were only I think a 7 seed, but they were ranked in the top 5 earlier in that season. Like they had like Jerry Utah, like they had some dudes on that team, and you guys just took it to them. And I remember seeing that video of Coach Wright, with the fist bump coming back into the locker room, and you guys were all fired up, like just so gassed up after such a great game. But can you give us a little bit of behind the scenes of what the vibe was like after that game?
Nah, for
That was when
sure.
Coach Wright did that.
Yes.
Yeah,
That was
I
the
was
classic.
I didn't know that. I learn something new every day.
There you go.
He was super hyped for that because that was a big moment for us. Because like you said, those first 2 years, we had some good teams and we had lost that game. Like it was that moment where it was like, dog, this is a moment for us in our career. Like me and Josh, we like, bro, it's our first year starting. Like this a clean slate for us. Like going into the tournament, like we never did what we about to do right now. We never did this before. So we turning up. Like you already know what time it is. Like we from the crib. We grew up together. Like we've been doing this right here, playing in games like this, moments like this, our whole life. We from the DMV. We really been doing this since kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not our first go around. So like we stepping into this. We going into that Iowa game because I think one of the coaches that used to coach at Iowa had some connection to Villanova before in some kind of way. So you already know
Might
Ed
have been
Ray.
Coach Drew. Might have been
Hey,
Andrew. Might have been Coach Drew.
so I don't know if this is true. I don't know if Coach Wright and I made this up or if these guys really said that or like that, but they was kind of talking down on Arch going into the game, like kind of like, you know what I mean, not really like this, he not really like that. I guess they was trying to give they guys some confidence. I don't want to mess up his name, but I think they was trying to get a point guard that they had at the time some confidence. So you already know that's our end right there. Oh, we grabbed that one. Like, hold on, what? They said what? And also going into that game, I also know again, I kind of got a crazy matchup. You know what I mean? Like you said, Jerry Utah and those guys. I think another one was the kid. His last name was White. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean. Those were the 2 forwards on that team, Jerry Utah and White. So I'm like, yeah, I got another crazy matchup going into this game. So I gotta go bananas. Like it only makes sense. So going into that game, our confidence was extremely high. Extremely high. We were playing well, even though we had kind of we lost in the Big East tournament, the championship. We had some good momentum going into the tournament. So those first 2 games, Iowa was the second game. We was extremely confident. We really, really was like, look, we in New York. We used to being in New York. Like, let's just go crazy. So we kind of turned up on them, but like real quick. Like it was kind of fast. It got dark for them kind of early, and kind of never looked back.
Andrew Francis. That was his name.
Okay, yeah.
He was at Nova when I was there.
Yeah, him right there.
He definitely was a assistant coach at Iowa, Andrew Francis. Oh, so he was talking smack, huh?
So I think he was talking a little crazy. So
I talk to Andrew all the time now. I'm not gonna lie. I talk to him a lot.
He never brought that up, huh?
Nah, I'm about to bring that up to him.
Yeah. Go ahead, mention that to him.
I
Be
am.
like, yo, was y'all talking
I
a
feel
little
like
crazy?
calling him right now.
Yeah, be like,
Put it
yo.
on speakerphone.
But that's what I said. I don't know if Coach Raynin made that up or if it really happened. So I'm like, yo, it really had. To me, it really happened. So I'm like, it's smoke. You already know how it go. Like, you looking for any little thing.
Anything.
Like, oh yeah, they talking about my guy. Like, oh nah, we about to go crazy on these dudes.
Listen, I got a question for you. 4.7 seconds. Timeout. Going back to the bench. Like, what's going through your head at the national championship game? 4.7 seconds left.
Yo,
like what is going through your noggin? Tie ball game. Yeah, just coming out the huddle. Like, what are you saying to yourself?
You just blew a 10-point lead too.
Yeah, like what's going through your head? Like, I need to know the moments. Like, you coming out. I need to know from when you coming out of that huddle and you walking onto the court. Like, what was going through your head? Tie ball game, 4.7 seconds left for the national championship.
That's a great question, bro. I don't think I ever been asked this question like that.
Of course not.
That is a yo. You did something with this one. That is a great question, dog. That is a phenomenal question. So, if I can go a little bit before, Marcus Page had hit like a crazy shot.
I remember that.
Bro, this shot is ridiculous, dog. And like you said, we had just blew a 10-point lead, something that we never really did. Like that team, we never did nothing like that. Like, it was crazy. But like you said, attitude, like we really was on that type of time right there. Okay. So Marcus hit that crazy shot. And I take the ball out. So I'm kind of under the basket. I'm getting ready to take the ball out. And then I see us trying to get a timeout. So I'm like, yo, timeout.
So we going to the timeout? Was you happy about it? Was you happy about it? Or you was like, I'm kind of ready to go?
I was cool with it at the time because I knew it was kind of a little hectic. Like that shot was crazy.
It was. It was. It was.
Double
I was
clutch.
cool with it.
It was.
I was cool with it because we all knew what was about to happen. Like we know what we gonna run. We know who about to have the ball. We know the situations. We know we still got time to win the game. And that was the thing we was really all on. That time right there. Like, bro, we still got time to win the game. Like we about to win the game. Like we practice these situations. They didn't practice. They put us in ridiculous situations. They tell us like, look, it's this much time on the clock. You got 2 dribbles and a pump fake, or you're not gonna have time to pump fake. You got 1 dribble and shot, or you just got catch and shoot. Like we used to go over all of this stuff. So we go into the huddle. Nobody's upset. Nobody's shook. Like you could look at everybody and tell, like, bro, we all on the same type of time. Like we really about to win the game. We got time. And even if we go into overtime, what happened?
Chef was mopping the floor. He was mopping the sweat off the floor.
That was crazy too. Yo, I'm pretty sure he told y'all why he did that.
Yeah,
he said
exactly. Yeah,
to stop the time, or
he did.
He knew where he was going to stand.
He knew where he was going to set the screen. And if you go back, Big East Tournament Championship, Arch come off a screen and he slipped. Like if you go back to the Big East Championship, we running the same kind of set to get a game-winning look, and Arch slips. So this moment right here, Daniel, like, look, I know I sweat a lot.
I remember that.
I know I sweat a lot. I'm gonna get right here. You know what? Give it here. I'll do it. Because I know where I'm about to be to set the screen, and I needed to be flawless.
Yeah.
Like, because I sweat a lot. We just come out of timeout. Obviously, he's going to have a chance to wipe his stuff down, but he also like, nah, I'm about to make sure. Because this cost us the game before. It cost us the championship before. So, me and Arch, I take the ball out. So, Arch and I, we walking down. He the point. Obviously, he about to get the ball. He the point guard. I take it out. So, we walking down. We talking. Like, yo, they not going to put nobody on the ball. Because the whole tournament, nobody put in. Like, I was always unguarded when I took the ball out.
Yeah.
For the most part. I was always pretty much on guard. Like, even I think if you go back and look, we played Oklahoma, and I threw like a bomb Patrick Mahomes dropping in a bucket right to Mikel. I'm talking about it was crazy. And it was an and one dunk. So, but I'm like, bro. So Arch and I, we walking down after the timeout because I'm taking it out. He the point guard. I'm like, yo, bro, I think I'm about to be open. They're not gonna put nobody on the ball. So he just look at me. He like, all right. So now my whole thought process, you like, what am I thinking? My whole thought process is like, bro, just sprint and get close enough to him so he can hear you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm going to be calling your name. I'm going to be open. Like I just told you, I got a chance to be open.
Right.
We never got this look before because you come off and get a shot or you get the pin down with Josh or Phil.
Yeah. But that makes sense though, what you said. That makes sense because you come to you come to take the ball out, and if nobody's guarding you, you trailing. Like that makes all the sense in the world. Okay.
But I know that when I'm trailing, the whole time I'm thinking like to myself, like after I tell him this, I'm like, dog, just get close enough to him so he can hear you. Like, cause he gonna be moving, time going.
Yeah.
And you already behind. So in my mind, the only thing I'm thinking, crowded stadium, tie game, everybody on edge. The only thing I'm thinking in my mind is like, bro, just get close. Just get close. Get close so he can hear you. So Daniel mop up the floor, boom. I take it out. I pass it to Arch. Also, I'm like, yo, like you said, I'm the trail. I'm the last guy. But I can't really be like
too far back.
Not too far back. I gotta get there. I gotta move. Like I can't just be cooling and chilling. So I kick it up to him. And like I never pass the ball. Like whenever I take the ball, I never pass the ball like this and run like that ever. I'm like, bro, he about to get a shot. He about to win the game. I'm not doing that. So I'm kicking it for what it is. I'm behind already. So I pass it to him. Boom. I'm like, bro, just get close. And then I'm like, Arch. And then he heard I think he heard the first two, but he really heard the last one. Like, bro, I'm open.
Yeah.
I'm like, Arch. So then, boom, he cut it cross and he pitched it back. And then when I see him cut it cross, I'm like, oh yeah, this game.
Yeah.
I'm like, but this game, when I see him cross over, I'm like, this game. And then he pitch it back. And when I shoot it, I kind of lean forward a little bit. Because when I shot it, I lean forward. I'm like, bro, that's going in. And then it was game. Everything kind of happened like we was supposed to. It was like, dang, that's crazy. But that was just the thought process at the time. Like, bro, we got time to win the game. We about to win the game.
Bro, when that shot left your hand, yo, I don't think there's anybody on the planet that didn't think it was going in. It was just like how everything played out. It just set up perfect. And when you got that shot, I was like, that's in. And that shit went straight in. I was like, oh, I was going crazy, bro. Like they really didn't put anybody on the ball. Like I'm looking at a picture of it. Like they got somebody in an Arch and they got somebody on Chef, but they don't have nobody on you.
I'm by myself.
And who was coaching that team? Roy Williams?
Yeah, Roy Williams. Yeah. Yeah, you could hear on the broadcast. You could hear on the broadcast, Grant Hill was like, watch Jenkins.
Yeah. Because he saw me kicking it, bro. I'm like, bro, just get close.
Yes, that's right.
Roy Williams had a brain fart on that one there.
That was crazy because I ain't even gonna lie. I was like, after when I had some time to really think about it, I'm like, bro, don't nobody on both teams shoot better than me. Like, that's crazy. They left me open.
Nah, I'm about to look at your stats right now.
Like,
I'm about to pull them up right now.
I just thought it was crazy that they left me open for game. Like, and I'm like, my brother on the team, I'm pretty sure he told you, like, bro, it's crunch time. Like, don't leave him.
Right.
You
like,
shooting
make somebody
38.
else shoot. Don't leave him.
You were shooting 38 from 3. Yeah.
Like,
and they left you and they ain't have nobody on the ball.
But that's probably 38 with people knowing I'm a shooter. Like, wide
bro,
open.
38 is good.
Nah, 38 it's cool, but I'm saying wide open, that's 100 for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to step into it and everything, Kris. I mean, you had the whole thing, and the
That's what
hand
I'm
in the face
saying.
that didn't even reach you. That didn't even affect you, man. It was
That's
already
what I'm
out.
saying. Like, hey Ray, you know, like as a shooter, as somebody that can like really get to it, like, bro, if you're not there on the catch, like I'm wide open.
Yeah, I could get it off. Like I'm
Like,
getting it up
bro, this
in
is wide
motion,
open.
rhythm, everything.
like, bro, this is wide open. Are you kidding me? Like, I'm never gonna miss this for real. Like, that's like just the approach. Like, bro, we about to win the game, man. We got time. Let's get it. And then it
That's
was
a
lit after that.
that's a crazy point though you make about obviously your brother Nate Britt being on the opposing team and not making sure Coach Williams know, yo, don't leave my brother open like that because on the back end, if he gets the shot, he's gonna make it, and that's
Yeah.
exactly what happened. So I'm sure you talked a lot of smack to him afterward, huh?
Now, you want to know what, man? I didn't really give him too much of a hard time about it, just because I knew that like that was probably a super sensitive subject, especially at the time. You
That's
know what I
fair.
mean?
That's
Like,
fair.
Yeah.
that's almost a fightable offense. Like, if you really blink, like if you're really bragging on it like that, like you might got to square up, depending on where we at and what's going on. I
Hey,
just know,
they
like,
won it all next year, right? So
yeah. But I'm pretty sure if it was one that he could have, it'd be the one against me for sure.
yeah, 1000%.
But that was lit, man. That was super lit. Like, and we had a great time in Houston after that. Like,
I'm sure you did. I know y'all ain't have no action though, because I already know how y'all Villanovans do.
oh man, yeah, I got it. It was a good time. We saw our families and stuff for a good little bit. The worst part about it
Families.
was the media
I
and
would be
stuff you
trying
got
to
to do
get some
after.
action if I just won a national championship. But
Right.
that's
You
just
already know
me.
how we
That's just me.
no, listen. We just won. We gotta see our family. We're gonna take pictures, shake hands, do all that. But you cool believe we hurrying this process up for
All
sure.
right. All right. I
Like,
just want to
we're not
just
there too much. I will say that, you know what I mean, we were able to celebrate at an establishment in Houston that's no longer an establishment there. Everyone could do their research and find
Right.
out said establishment. I can't do that. But
Houston, it sounded like a strip club to me, but I mean I could be wrong.
nah, you would not be wrong. I just might have forgot the name or something. Like it's crazy. It's no longer a no longer. And so, but it was a
Bro,
great time.
I had a coach, my coach in Germany. I was out one night. He just shows up in the club one day. Yo, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. My coach from Germany,
He was
Coach
looking for you?
Coach Thorson. Nah, he wasn't. That's the
That's
thing.
great.
Oh, he was
I
just
was
there.
I was out with my teammates. We was out. We was just chilling, and he just walks in the club with a drink in his hand, talking to us, and I'm like, nah, I must be dreaming right now. Like this
Nah,
can't
that's
be real
crazy.
right now. Like this can't be real.
That's
So
crazy.
with that being said, what is one of your favorite like Coach Wright moments? Like we all got our Coach Wright moments. Like what's your favorite Coach Wright moment?
Oh man, it's so many for real, man. Like we got some
It
funny
really
ones.
be.
We got some turnt ones that's not really cool for TV.
There's a bunch of
We
those.
got a bunch of those, right? Like we got the good ones though. They good though. That's what I'm saying. All of them are good, but they hilarious.
They
But
are.
we can't share those. But
Any
they great.
any game joints, like anything in the locker room, he was yelling at you.
Yeah.
I used to
So
get yelled at a lot. Like
man, yeah,
nobody, I scored 2,000 points and I got yelled at the most for sure in school
A Ray
history.
2K. Nah, you was that guy. I don't know
School
why.
history.
Dog, he used to go at me crazy too, but I think he just used to be like, just kind of get them going.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It was cool though. Like, I didn't mind it. Like, I thought a good bit of it was funny. Like when I wasn't in a competitive mode, because when you're in competitive mode, like not too much is funny. You're not really
Hell
trying to
no.
hear too much.
Yeah.
Like it can get pretty yeah, in a competitive setting for sure. So you like, come on, man. But game ones, So that junior year we were playing. I want to say maybe Delaware. It was somebody earlier in the year, and I had like a bad fall. And the fall was so bad, everything was so bad that they thought I actually tore my ACL. Like I came out the game, I went to, like Jeff came over, he did some stuff to my knee, like you kind of got to go, like he went to Coach Wright, like I'm about to take him in the back, and you just see Coach Wright look at me. You could tell the face that he looked at me. I'm pretty sure only a few people who probably had an injury that was kind of like Uncle Jeff don't really go to him and be like, such and such is done. He got to go in the back.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? Like it got to be something that's like, all right, hold on. I either don't know at the time or nah, this is crazy. Like he done. But so Uncle Jeff's like, yeah, you gotta go to the back. So now I'm like, dang. Like this never happened to me before. So I'm like, dang. That's crazy. So I go to the back. He do something. He called Dr. Duncan in there. They do something. And he like, this is like right before we could go home for Christmas for like a day or two. Like, we don't get that much for Christmas break.
At
So
all.
we get like 1 or 2 days to go home, which is crucial to the mental. Like, gotta
not
go
lying.
to the crib. Gotta go to the crib. Every chance you get, gotta go to the crib. So I'm mad off that already. Like I'm not even thinking about the game no more. I'm like, bro, I'm not about to be able to go home.
Right.
So they like, yeah, you gonna stay, get an MRI, da da da. I'm like, dang. So everybody allowed to go home. So it's like that. My man D-Ray, because he stayed in Philly. Darryl Reynolds stayed right here in Philly. My man D-Ray stayed in the room with me, bro, because he was like, I know this probably crazy. But man, he slept in my room, bro. That was cool. That's probably one of the more cooler moments that I had at Nova. Like, dang, it's really my dog right here. Because at the time, everybody they think my season over with. So I get the MRI. They like, you can go home now. So I'm like, bro, this is like the worst ride ever going home. Like, I get to the crib, I'm sitting in a dark room. I'm like, bro, this is really, really crazy. Like, there's no way that this about to happen. Like, this is my first time being a starter in the program. Like, no way I got hurt a few games into this. Like, this crazy.
Yeah.
Like, for the season? Like, nah, come on, man. So we have like a week or so. We have like a good little bit of time. So it come back that I ain't tear nothing. Like, it wasn't nothing too crazy. So the next game that we have, I don't know who we play, but I was still kind of out because they like, whatever bone bruise or slight tear, whatever it was, strain, whatever they like, you got to take some time. So I'm like, dang. So then we get back probably like 2 days before we have a game. I'm like, yo, I'm about to try to practice because like clearly I want to play. Like this is crazy. Like I'm not about to be out too long, and it's super competitive. I'm like, dudes is nice. I can't be out too long if I can play. Like the minutes that I lose, I'm not about to get back.
Yeah.
Like we nice. Like everybody nice. Like so you got to get in where you fit in. Like once you earn Coach Wright trust or lose it, like A-Ray know it could be crucial, especially if somebody else playing well.
I didn't seen Coach Wright lose trust in people. It ain't an easy sight.
It's not, bro. It's
Especially
hard.
for that person. Like it's
Man.
just. But I mean, I've seen it with other coaches as well too. Not just like Coach Wright, but it's just a lot of coaches. Like once you lose that trust,
yeah,
it's over. Like you might as well just hit the transfer portal.
No, for real. It's not gonna be good for you just because it's tough. You know what I mean? It's gonna be tough to regain. So I'm able to play in the game, but I don't start. I don't start, but I play in the game. And obviously, I'm not myself. Like you could tell, like the knee still like it's still bothering me. But I'm trying to play. Like I'm out here, like trying to hoop. Obviously, I'm not myself. I'm not gonna be myself for, a good bit of time because you don't go from them telling you like, yo, you might tore your ACL to like, okay, yeah, like you gonna get 15, 20, 25. Like, nah, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. Like, so the next time we have film, the next day we have film and we going through it as a team. He's showing the clips. Boom. And before we leave, it's a last little segment. It just say KJ. So I'm like, so in my mind, I'm thinking, bro, no, he did not clip up stuff of me looking like I'm hobbling or like I'm not the same. Like, like now I'm about to jump over the tables. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm really on edge now. Like, I'm about to make it uncomfortable for everybody if this man really play with me like this. So you already know how it go. That's all it is. Like, so he going crazy. Like, if you gonna play like this, like you should have just not played. Like, you look like if you gonna look hurt like this, like you could have just sat on the side. Like we got guys that can play that. Like he going insane. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, bro, I'm gonna have to kill this man. The whole time, that's all I'm thinking to myself while he going through the clips. Like, I don't really have to hurt this dude, bro.
Oh man.
But that was probably one of my that was a crazy Coach Wright story. That another one, my sophomore year, we exhibition game, hurt my ankle. I'm in a boot the next day, but when I first heard it, you know, Coach Wright, he like, if it ain't something crazy, you better get up.
Yeah.
And get up fast. Like, go to the bench and do whatever you got to do after that. But
Jeff,
if
I
it
need
ain't
you.
broke, if it ain't out the skin, like if it ain't nothing that nobody ever seen before, like, bro, you better get up. So I didn't get up right away, clearly. So we go to halftime. And you know, halftime is very, very crucial and important. Like, adjustments, talking about a lot of stuff, getting on guys, getting on sign, like whatever it is supposed to be. Bruh. This man spent the whole halftime grilling me in front of everybody about not getting up.
You gotta take that. You know that. You knew that was coming. You knew that was coming when you get in the locker room. You knew it was coming.
I knew it, bro, because you know he got that walk. He got that look like, bro, I don't even care what's going on. I just seen something that was wild.
Yeah, when he speed walk into the locker room, you know it's up.
Man.
You know it's
over.
Up.
Jacket open, it ain't even button. Like, he going crazy.
Yep.
Like, bro, I think I don't even think they went in the coach's locker room, bro. Like, that's how crazy it was. But spent the whole halftime, bro. No adjustments, no nothing. Just going crazy on me. But you look back on it like, bro, that was a little funny. It was dramatic, but it was funny. It was hilarious. Like,
I got the slower foot treatment one time in film, so I know exactly how you feel, bro. We all got it though. Everybody got it. I used to love when it wasn't me, bro. I used to just be sitting back.
Yo, when it's not you, it's the funniest thing in the world.
It is. And you can't laugh. You can't laugh.
You can't laugh. You cannot laugh though. But the amount of times that I done been in there just like trying to make noise to keep myself from laughing, like I'm drinking water.
Yeah.
But I'm drinking a little bit of water so I don't spit the water out trying to laugh. Like, bro, it was a lot going on, bro, sometimes. But when it wasn't you, like you said, bro, it was hilarious. Yeah. It was hard to not laugh when it wasn't you, for sure.
I mean, A-Ray wasn't allowed to dribble. That's what Coach Wright would get him on about. Like, you know, A-Ray, why are you dribbling here, man? Stop. We need you to shoot. No more dribbling.
That in defense, bro. That in defense. That's what I got on. That was the bulk of my discipline.
And what about talking though, too?
Nah, not really. I used to do that. I used to do that on the court though, to like the other team. I ain't never really like talk like that with my teammates. I ain't never like trash talk them or nothing like that. Even though I was a king, I would get under your skin, but I wasn't like that in practice. But to the other team, yeah. And I don't start it either. I finish it. Like if you start talking to me, then it's now it's on. You initiate it.
Yeah, talk that talk, bro. I'm telling you. So, Coach Wright. So I don't know if y'all can remember early on, but when I used to like early on in my career, I used to kind of showboat like every time I scored.
Yeah, he don't like that at all.
He hates that.
Yeah, he do.
Yes.
So that was probably a good chunk of my discipline as a freshman, sophomore. Was like, this kid is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and they used to trickle to other dudes on the team too. So now a couple dudes is doing it, and he like, nah, no, oh no, no, no,
Not on
no.
my watch.
He like, look, he would say it in film sometimes. He like, look, he like my junior year when I used to stop doing it and stuff. He like, look, he a prime example. Like early on in his years, he used to do it. He wasn't playing. He stopped doing it. Yeah, you'll play. Like that's just how it's kind of gonna work. I just used to be like, bruh, that is crazy. But what I used to start doing that junior year was I used to talk trash about the other player and the other team in front of the other player, but I used to say it to my teammates.
Yeah.
So I would be like, man, such and such is trash. Like, look at him. He got 2 points. It's 6 minutes left. And they said he was on top of the scouting report, but he the worst dude out here. And the dude would
Yep.
be right here next to me, and I'd be talking to Josh. And like,
That was the
we're like,
best.
I
so
love that.
So Coach Wright couldn't say nothing because he like, you talking to your teammates, and that's what I want. Like I want you to talk and get energy to your
There you
teammates.
go.
So that's what I was on for sure. I was the battery in everybody's back too. Like we playing somebody good and they got a good matchup. Oh man, I'm instigating everything.
Facts.
I'm instigating everything. We about to play Oklahoma again. Oh, Josh, you really watching? They say I'm talking to everybody on that team. I'm like, bro, you hear what they saying? They say we don't got no pros on our team.
Mm-hmm.
They saying these dudes is supposed to be pros, and we got zero. Who they talking about?
Buddy
They
Yeah.
got
Hield
us messed.
got to score 40 points. I don't
I'm
think
like,
so.
bro, yeah, they like Buddy Hill, Player of the Year. He
Yep.
gonna win a national championship. I'm like, bro, they caught us
Buddy
early.
Hield.
We about to play these like, bro. It's not about to be close. Like they not good. They got a couple good players, but as a team, they not good. They just beat us because, like I said, we had new guys and new roles, and it was our first time
Right.
starting and stuff for a lot of guys. And like we were starting 3 new guys out of 5. So they caught us early. But going into that game, I'm gassing everybody. I'm like, Josh, they saying this dude is the best player in America. They saying this your matchup. They saying we ain't got no chance, and he your matchup. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
gassing
That's the
everything.
battery. That's definitely the
Oh
battery.
I
boy,
love that.
I'm gassing. Listen, I'm gassing everything imaginable at every team meeting we at. We sitting there after we just ate about to watch Scout or whatever we about to watch. I'm in everybody here. I'm talking to everybody. Oh, they say we ain't got no pro.
That's right. That's right.
They
Oh
saying
my goodness, man.
I'm watching TV. They saying we too small. So then I'm going down the lineup. I'm like, Daniel 7 foot. They ain't talking about him. Art 6'4". They ain't talking about him. Jalen like 6'2", 6'3". They ain't talking about him. And Josh played a 2-3. He like 6'5". They ain't talking about him. They only talking about one dude too small. Oh, they got me messed up. They got me like what? Oh man, come on, man. I'm watching the gas and everything. Everybody picking North Carolina. Everybody picking this, that. Everybody picking everybody except us. I'm like, yo, none of these teams better than us.
Yo,
They
you
want to
guys,
hear that.
every single round they picked against you, starting with that Iowa game. ESPN,
Yeah.
CBS, Stephen A. Smith, Skip Bayless, Adam Shine, you name it, man. Everybody was picking against you, no matter what. If it was Iowa, Miami, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Carolina. Obviously, you guys got the last laugh, but man, oh.
That
But
was
Kris,
great.
Kris, we just to wrap it up here, man. So you are now a student athlete development assistant at Villanova. What is it
So,
like?
so yeah, I definitely want to clear that up real quick. So I did that the year COVID happened,
Okay,
and
I
when I
got
was
you.
doing that, they was also helping me rehab a hip injury that I had playing. So
Got
I
you.
was rehabbing a hip injury, getting back playing, and doing that as well. And then COVID hit. So I haven't been doing that position since
Okay.
COVID hit. You know what I mean? But our cats, man, we love them, man. They got to just keep getting better, keep grinding it out, man. You know what I mean? I know it's a tough time in college all around. Like, it's tough replacing a Hall of Fame coach anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I mean? Coach Wright meant so much, so it's gonna take us some time. So fans and everybody just gotta cool it out and just remember it's a grind. You know what I mean? No, this everybody got to be good right away. Like you see it in the NFL. Like if a quarterback they draft isn't good in the first year or two, they like he the worst dude ever, and it's just like, but it don't work like that.
Yeah.
It don't work like that. So
Yeah, everybody
I
wants
mean,
that instant gratification, man. They want
yeah.
it right away.
You know what I mean? Coach Wright didn't even have that. And look at how we think about him and what he was able to accomplish in his coaching career.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything wasn't great right away all the time. Like that's just a false reality. That's not true. And
Right.
anybody that says it is not being real. Like
And people
he'll
and
tell
people
you.
and people love to say like that Neptune took over with like a better team and all this other stuff. But I mean, I beg to differ. Like,
Right.
I'm not gonna sit here and like downplay none of these guys from the portal or nothing like that. But like, we might have overhyped them a little bit, like just a little bit,
Uh,
and like that made it seem like we had like the best team. The analysis, everybody giving us what top 5 recruiting class
mm-hmm.
from the portal and everything like that. I just feel like it was just a little immature. It was a little premature to like give those accolades right away. But I mean, we was right here too. I was right here on the wave. But I think that plays a little part. You know, I don't think Coach Wright like they saying that he had a bad team. Like I was that bad team that they talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And we and
Y'all
we
weren't
worked
bad.
out
It's
it,
tough.
exactly. Like I don't I don't get that one.
Yeah,
And
that
Kris, you even talked about it too. Your senior year, man, or your junior year, man. Like you guys had, it took a few weeks, few months to
yeah.
really get into your stride, and you guys wouldn't have became the team that you did that won the national championship if you didn't go through those growing pains. Because, hey, like you said, it was you and Josh's first year as starters. Like it takes some time just to get in the swing of things.
Nah, yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. Like and honestly, if comparing this Villanova team or future Villanova teams to what I mean our tenure there, that's kind of again unrealistic. Like
Bro, it's
you're talking
your
about,
team. It's your team's fault. It's
I mean,
your fault.
You spoiled us. You spoiled
it
us,
It's
man.
is,
your fault.
it is. But what we also did was we was also humble and hungry, and we let you guys know that like bro, like this don't always happen. Like you know what I mean? Like this don't always happen. Like if you compare our time in college to uh, the world, like all the universities, like we're gonna stack up pretty great all time, and that's
Mhm.
just like it's rare. So if you're gonna compare it to that, I feel like that's unrealistic. And we didn't play in a time where NIL was a thing. Like
Mhm.
I don't think our teams would have been what they were had NIL been around, because you're not gonna tell my first 2 years. You're not gonna tell guys like myself. You're not gonna tell guys like Mikhail who redshirt, Phil who came off the bench. Like, yeah, stay at Villanova, come off the bench and get a little bit of money, or you could be a starter here and make
3
500,000.
times more.
Yeah,
Right.
like
Yeah.
what are we talking about? Like, of course we're gonna leave. Like anybody would. So that's also what I'm saying. Like we didn't play in NIL. Our teams would not have been the same probably. Like I,
Yeah,
I honestly kind of feel that way. Like it's just the reality of what it is now.
it
And
is.
we also got to take that into account too. Like it's a new landscape across the board. Like if you look at all the teams, like Duke doesn't look the same. North Carolina doesn't look the same. You don't Kansas look the same to everybody. Like Kentucky, like all the schools that are supposed to be that, like even if they play well here or there, like bro, it's different. It's a different time. That's just what it is. and everybody got to understand that and relax and grow with the process. Like, not gonna be good all the time, and you're not gonna be good right away all the time. Like that, it doesn't work like that. It
Yeah.
doesn't work like
Yeah.
that.
And even still, this team this year still has an opportunity to win some games down the stretch and possibly get into the tournament. So people definitely hit the panic button a little bit too early, I feel like, and there's still an opportunity for this team to prove themselves. And you guys know we've watched them all year long. This team is capable of a lot of great things. They beat a very good North Carolina team. They've hung around with UConn. They won the battle for Atlantis, as you know. We own that as Villanova.
Clayton.
And at Creighton. So a lot of quality wins, and I feel like there's still more to come. So we're not trying to write anybody off just yet. I think everybody knows that we still have faith in these guys, and I think that they're going to prove themselves to be, maybe not the level of oh yeah, we're going to get to a Final Four and win 30 games, but they're gonna leave it all out there on the floor, and I think Coach Neptune is going to have these guys dialed in for the next few games, which are huge. And I would not be surprised if we can put together a little winning streak here, and then all of a sudden people are talking good on the Wildcats again. So we'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah,
Just
no,
gotta
we
get that
definitely.
chemistry.
That's what it is. We got
Chemistry.
some transfers, new guys.
Yeah.
It's tough to play Villanova basketball, learning only a couple months of it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's we're kind of asking them to do something that's kind of almost impossible.
Yeah, because it definitely ain't take me half a. It ain't take me a summer to learn Villanova basketball. I tell you that.
Man, it fake took me 4 years for real, but it was a grind, bro. I don't know what everybody talking about, bro.
It's just like the whole Villanova system, like offense, defense is just like it's like IQ. Everything is IQ and reads. Like
absolutely,
even on defense, it's like making reads.
Facts.
Like it's not like it's set rules, but there's a bunch of reads within those rules. And if you can't figure that out, like if you're not smart enough to grasp that concept, then you're gonna struggle.
You're gonna struggle. And if you out there overthinking, trying to think, you're gonna struggle, man. Like it's a lot, like you said, bro. The defensive concepts, like, bro, you got to be on it. Like if you ain't on that, you never gonna play there.
Yeah,
and that's the thing.
I had to get my anticipation game up. It was like I just had to learn how to anticipate better. Like not even for steals, just to anticipate being in the right spot or like where the ball gonna go next, where I gotta be at. Because when coach break it down, like when he break it down, like when you not getting to your spot, like you're like letting your teammates down. Right. So when you think about it, like I'm letting my teammates down, that sinks in a little bit different.
It mess with you. It mess with you.
Yeah.
That really get under your skin for real. That's probably one of the few things that'll get under your skin for real. Like you're not playing hard, you're not playing tough, or you letting your teammates down. Them probably on like the same level. It's just like, man, I can't let that ever happen.
Hell yeah. You watch film, go over the film. Look, Allen, because you did this, now Jason Frazier picked up this foul. Yeah. And then Jason Frazier slapped me in the back of the head. Like, It do.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you actually sit down and watch yourself, you be like, bruh.
You be like, damn, I'm trash.
Yeah, like, bro, he left me in the game.
That's
trash. Probably how we lost, for real.
I'm trash. Yeah, I done felt like that a few times.
And it bother you. It make you lock in even more. So now it become a competition with you and your teammates. Like, nah, ain't nobody letting each other down. The dude that do, like, you know what I mean? Like, nah, we setting the standard to where everybody on it.
Yeah.
Exactly right. Well, Kris, I saw you were at the UCLA game back in December, but can we expect you to be at any more games moving forward, man? Because I saw Ochefu at the St. John's game a couple of weeks ago. Love to chop it up with you in person, man.
No, absolutely, man. I'm gonna definitely try my best to get out there and kick it with you guys. Maybe we can catch some Big East tournament games, and then you know what I mean, catch the city for a little bit. You know how it go. Yeah. And I mean, just show some love. I'm all for that. So we definitely gonna try to make that happen. Yeah, because we gotta support the Cats.
Exactly
Dad,
right.
what you about to say, OC?
A Ray's been ducking me a little bit here, man. But yeah, I think he's planning on coming up from Atlanta for the Big East tournament. But we'll see.
So I usually get to the Big East tournament every year, so I feel good about that. I feel good about that.
Come on,
I
and
feel
that's
good.
the crib. You know we got to make something happen.
Yeah,
I
we
feel
need
good
that.
about that.
Exactly
Yeah.
right. Well, hey, Kris, we really appreciate you taking some time to join us on this episode of Raynin Threes, man. It's been an absolute pleasure chopping it up with you, man. Thank you.
Thank y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for having me. Let's go,
Yes,
Cats,
sir.
baby. We still locked.
Appreciate
Yes, sir.
you.